If you're waiting for January to make your New Year's resolutions and start being more productive, then you'll want to watch this video and find out why fall, autumn, is your most productive season yet. Statistically, the most productive months are after September, and statistically, the least productive month is January. Recently I stumbled on a video by Mel Robbins, and she was talking about how fall, autumn, is one of the most productive seasons that you can get into to get the most done. And it kind of made me think, because like many of you, I also was thinking New Year's resolutions, January, February, that optimism that's present in that time of year would be the most productive time rather than autumn. So I kind of watched the video, and to be honest, I realized that they have a huge point. So let's start talking about the other seasons first. So we have winter, and winter of course has the optimism of January, New Year's resolutions, people are feeling more active or productive or inspired, and we would think that would be a very productive time of year. But if we also think about January, February and March, and the winter months, they are some of the coldest months, the darkest months. The days are dark, the days are short, it's cold, it's gloomy, the winter blues are set in, it's post-holidays, and everybody's just got the winter blues. So it does kind of make sense. The only thing we have to look forward to is kind of like the New Year's resolutions, but then there's a long winter to kind of get distracted. And we all know that out of all the people who make New Year's resolutions, depending on the research, 8-9% barely keep their resolutions. And moving to spring, things are getting warmer, it's still a little cold, people are looking forward to summer, looking forward to holidays and planning. And then what about summer? In summer, the days are long, it's nice, it's sunny, people have their vacations, it's the holidays, the days are longer, the weather's nice, people want to be outside. And there's lots of festivals in most cities, and I know in most of the cities that I've lived in, there's always been summer festivals happening throughout the summer. A lot is happening in the summer, people want to be outdoors, people want to go out, spend time with friends, go to restaurants, go to patios, and just spend time outside rather than being stuck behind a computer or stuck at a desk doing your work. Many people also have summer schedules where maybe they're working 4 days out of 5, so they're trying to maximize the time for summer. Again, rather than being stuck at a desk or staying indoors, working on your projects, working on your goals and being productive. And that now brings us to autumn. It brings us to fall. Now in fall, the days are getting shorter, things are starting to wind down, the weather is still kind of cool, it's still kind of nice, but the days are kind of still long enough where you want to do things and you feel like you can do things, but you also have had the long summer days. You've been out and about with the festivals, you've been on vacations, you're ready to kind of say no to certain things and be more productive and stay cozy at home because the weather's getting a little chilly. So now if we look at fall, we've got those fall vibes, we've got those cozy vibes that we want to stay in. So this is actually a good time to be more productive, because now if you think about it, we've already, like I said, we've already been out, we've already had a great summer, hopefully. We've already been out and about and said yes to everything. So now we're almost ready, a part of us at least internally, to be like, you know what, I'm ready to stay in and focus and do other things. Then there's also the psychological aspect. It's the whole back to school season. Now here's the thing, even if you're not going back to school, you're not going to university, you can't help but see all the adverts, all the students around, all the promotions in the stores about new notepads, maybe discounts on computers, stationery, clothes, different things about the whole back to school. So even psychologically, there's that kind of back to school mentality that comes around, that we're all kind of feeling this is to be more productive, things are starting, it's the start of the academic year, things are going to be productive. So you kind of have that psychological aspect kind of just subconsciously flying around in the air if you're not, again, already in university or school. And it's for these reasons that autumn is one of the most productive times of the year. As I said at the beginning of the video, statistically, the most productive months are after September. So October is the peak of productivity, November is also up there, and then by the end of November it starts declining towards December when it's time for the holidays. The least productive time of the year, is actually January. So if you think about it, we still have October and November to be our most productive selves yet and make a lot of progress in reaching and achieving our dreams and goals and whatever our goals are for the rest of the year. We have the whole of October left. This is being filmed in like the first week of October, so we still have October and November. So I want to encourage you, instead of waiting for January or the new year before you start being productive and working on those goals, let's start now. And here's some things that you can do to start. Firstly, I think it's important to just acknowledge that we've had a good summer. Hopefully we have had a good summer. Just acknowledge we've been out, the weather has been nice, we have had the chance to go out, enjoy the long days, and do other things and maybe not be that productive. And secondly, it's to just make that mental intention that now it is a new season, it's fall, we're ready to say no to certain things, we're ready to maybe stay home, not have to go out as much, or feel like we have to go out as much as we did, because now summer is over and we've got the nice fall weather and we're okay to be a bit more productive. Now, it's not January, it's not New Year's resolution, so we don't have the whole year to think about the kind of goals we want by the end of the year. We really only have October and November to be highly productive. So look at those most important goals that you have. Maybe keep it short, narrow it down. What are the top priorities that you have that you want to have achieved by December, and focus on those only. And of course, fourthly, plan actionable steps that you can take each day to be more productive and get closer to these goals, so that by the end of the week you can say, I've done such and such, I've completed such and such. By the end of the month you can say, I've completed such and such. It's so important to get those actionable steps scheduled in your calendar just to make sure that you have done it. Whether that be in your calendar, scheduled on your phone, on an electronic note, whether you have a journal and you write it down, whatever it is, just write down those actionable steps that you can take at the end of today, at the end of the week, to get you closer to those goals. And finally, give yourself an end of month check. Give yourself a little end of month reassessing your goals by the end of October, and also reassess your progress at the end of November or towards the end of November to let you know how far you've gone. So if by the end of October you've gotten very close, you know you can keep that momentum going and keep being productive to hopefully be on schedule and get it done. If you're kind of running a little short and you feel like you haven't got as much done, that would be the perfect time to start thinking, I've only got the rest of November left, let me be productive. What things can I do to move the needle, to be more productive, to really get closer to my goals? So make sure you have that end of October towards the end of November check-in, just to check on your progress of how far you're going to have your most productive time yet. So that was my short video on making fall your most productive season yet. And I really hope that through watching this video, if you were waiting for the new year, if you were going to sort of delay, that you are kind of a little convinced to know that fall is your most productive time, and how you can utilize this season to be as productive as you can before the end of the year to reach all the goals that you want to do by the end of this year. Do let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you agree with fall being the most productive season yet? Or do you actually think you're most productive in other seasons? And do also let me know in the comments the kind of things that you're wanting to achieve, the kind of things that you'll be pushing forward for in this fall, in October and November, to get done by the new year. I'm so curious to know what kind of things you're working on as well. And thanks for joining me and watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, I would ask you to consider subscribing. Please do like, comment, share to anybody who you think might find it interesting. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.